Hey Steve, I watched Animal Planet last night, and they said the rarest tortoise on Earth is actually nicknamed after today's comedy legend.
I saw that show, and our famous terrapin lives on the Galapagos Islands and is actually named Lonesome George.
I never took any lessons or anything like that. I just taught myself. And I don't play very good, but that's because I'm not a very good teacher.
I'm Randy Hodgins.
And I'm Steve McClellan, and that was American humorist, actor, musician, and comedian George Gobel, whose easygoing approach to comedy made him an entertainment fixture for 40 years. Born in Chicago in 1919, George began his career as a country western singer. During World War II, he was a B-26 flight instructor in Oklahoma and once joked that not one Japanese aircraft got past Tulsa.
After the war, Gobel's low-key homespun style earned him his own self-titled television show in 1954, and he soon became a nationwide star. He won an Emmy Award the next year and popularized several catchphrases like, "Well, I'll be a dirty bird," and "Well, then there now." The centerpiece of the show was George's monologue, often concerning stories about his wife, who he called Spooky Old Alice.
Oh, Alice is my wife. I married her, you see. And the reason I married her is because I like her mother so much. I would have married her mother, except that by the time I met Alice, her mother was already taken. But that's the way it goes. The good ones are always snapped up first.
In the 60s, George was a ubiquitous presence on television, appearing on variety shows, situation comedies, and even action shows. He was also a favorite of Johnny Carson, appearing on The Tonight Show many times. Here's a clip from an infamous guest spot on the show in 1969, when George followed Carson's first guests, Bob Hope and Dean Martin.
Oh, sweet to give me your spot. You're very sweet.
That's
Thank
okay.
you.
Johnny, I want to say something. I'm very glad to be here. And I'm going to tell you, without me, your show tonight would have been nothing. You know, when you come on last, did you ever get the feeling... Did you ever get the feeling that the world was a tuxedo and you were a pair of brown shoes?
Gobel's penchant for starting a song on the guitar, but then getting sidetracked, like we heard at the top of the show, influenced both Victor Borge and Tommy Smothers, who noted that Gobel was his motivation when he got into comedy. Here's George on the Smothers Brothers show from 1968.
Now, I suppose a lot of you folks out there feel that music has changed in the last few years, but actually it hasn't, because actually nothing has changed. Now, you take John Lennon posing in the nude on his album. Big deal. That ain't nothing. I did that about 10 or 12 years ago. And that's when everybody found out why I was called Lonesome George.
You can find out more about George Gobel and all our comedy legends, including video clips and extended audio cuts at laughtracksradio.com. Thanks for listening, and until next time, it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from him. Goodbye, everybody.